Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy New Year's. There's no better way to start the New Year's than to have another guest on this interview. One of our clients, long-term clients, Billy Singh. Billy, can you introduce yourself, what you do, who you are to the
Sure.
audience?
Okay. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Billy Shonez Singh, licensed acupuncturist and board certified herbalist here in Long Island, New York. And I've been in practice for nearly 13 years. Well, technically, since the start of the new year, it's now 14 years. And I've been a client of Eric for quite a while now. And here I am.
Nice, nice, nice. Besides health and fitness, we'll definitely dive into that. What's changed in your life and your business, with acupuncture, because that's health related, right? What's
That's
changed
correct.
ever since you decided to get go jump the gun and invest in yourself?
What's changed since I've decided to invest in myself? Okay, well, as far as the practice goes, I, well, not much has changed though. I still offer the best quality care possible.
Yeah.
But what has changed is that I was able to actually become a better businessman though. I mean, uh, I don't even know how it happened, but usually when it comes to being a businessman, you have to rehearse what you're going to say to your patient or client. And what happened was I got a woman to, a female patient of mine, to invest in herself, and I did it in such a way where I only focused on the benefits of her investing in 10 sessions for her particular ailment. So yeah, I guess you could say that I have noticed that I am a little bit more charismatic in my approach to patients. And aside from that, also, um, certain patients of mine, active patients, veteran patients, had noticed that I had lost weight, and they just said, "Oh wow, what are you doing these days? You look great." So I'm
Mm.
like, so I'm like, "Oh, that's a secret." Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In all seriousness though, I just told them I've been working out, and despite the pandemic, despite the gym closures, um and then they were just saying, "Okay, keep it up." So there you go.
Yeah, it's definitely like since we first met, you've definitely like brightened up, livened up. You look fresher, you look better, you're dressing better, you're talking better. Definitely. I guess
So
all that is a byproduct of confidence in bettering yourself, and you're setting a better example for your patients, right? Like you're taking care of your health. You invested in yourself, so now you can actually tell people to invest in themselves, right? Like you've been on
yes,
the other end. Some people tell others to invest in themselves, but they haven't invested in themselves. And I guess that was it. They were able to see you're the type of person who invests in themselves, and people get inspired when by having other role models. So for you, I can see why that would make a big difference. And like you said, like making you a better businessman, doing better with the clients, building a better relationship. Um, so can you talk about your struggles and your goals, your biggest challenges before joining this program, the Better You, Better Life mentorship program?
okay, so before all this, struggles that I've had were, let's talk about my fitness. Okay, before all this, I was going to the gym at least like 3 times a week, and I would copy like different little segments, different workout programs from different areas and everything. And and I would say that back then, if you asked me if I knew what I was doing, I would just say, "Yeah, of course I know what I'm doing." Looking back on it now, I was like, uh, not quite. So, before all that, I didn't have like any clear, solid idea on how I was doing it. And even if everything was correct, my my diet was another issue, which was I was uh, craving sugar, I was craving sleep, and um, and aside from that, though, my self confidence was a little bit. It was climbing up. It was climbing up back then, but then there was like little points where I was thinking, saying like, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. Um, you know, things like that. And then the pandemic came, and that really just dampened everything. But when the lockdown was over, by then I was already weighing to the tune of 169 pounds. And with the gyms closed, I was like, okay, what do I do now? Long story short, that's when I decided to do some research, see if there was anybody on Facebook, any fitness groups that I can join, see what else was out there. And then that's how I met you. That's how I met the
Right.
Otaku Fitness. And here we are now.
Here we are now. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. If I didn't send that message, we wouldn't have met. We wouldn't have known each other through the challenge, through the Facebook group, and all that stuff. It's crazy. This year has been crazy, and a lot of people complain about COVID, and they think that okay, well, I'm just gonna wait for the gyms to open up. But what? It's been like 6 months. I think it's been over 6 months. The gyms.
Well, well, the good news is that a couple of gyms are open over here in Long Island in New York.
Oh,
The only catch is that there has to be that social distancing issue where 6 feet apart from the other guy who's working out. And also then the whole thing with just making sure everything is cleaned down all over again. And of course wearing the face masks while you're working out. And but aside from that, I'm just like, you know what? I with the workouts and the fitness stuff that we've been doing together, I was just like, you know, the gym can have its social distancing and everything. I'm gonna do everything from home.
all right, all right.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, let's talk about that. Like, I don't even know this. I don't know the answer. There's no right answer. Like, what do you prefer? It sounds like you prefer like home workouts now rather than driving to the gym, doing that workout and driving back.
Uh, well, I liked going to the gym. I really did. And, it allowed me to just see other people and also do my own thing over there as well. Um, I will say though that the home workouts and everything were beneficial because what made it different was because I had a plan, I had a goal, and you helped me out with that, and also the other factor in that was for me to do something that I've never done before, which is to work with to work with a coach, to work with somebody. Before I used to be like, whatever, I can do this on my own, no problem. But eventually, I was like, okay, I need a plan. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to admit that sometimes. People think it's always easy to say, I know everything there is to know. I don't need support. I'm gonna do this myself. But we always do better with help, even
yeah.
me. So, all right. There's no right answer, no pressure again. What would you say to someone who's on the fence on joining this program, the Better You, Better Life mentorship program, but is a little bit hesitant?
Okay, if somebody is hesitant, my honest, blunt answer would be take a risk. Just take a risk, okay? I mean, because the thing is that, yeah, we need to make plans. We need to be prudent. But you know the old saying, analysis leads to paralysis, or over analysis leads to paralysis? Well, that's the same thing as being on the fence. They're both the same thing. So, to anybody who's being hesitant, get off the fence. Take a risk.
Mm,
Okay? Yeah.
right on, right on. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
So I'm actually curious, like, what were you thinking at that time? Because when we were talking, you're like, all right, let's do this. It sounded like you didn't even have to think. Was there a thought process before? Like, did you have to weigh something? How did you weigh the risks and the rewards for actually investing in yourself?
how do I weigh the risks versus the reward and so on? Ooh, that's a tough question actually. How did I weigh him? I just
Yeah, like how did you come to a answer? Like,
how did I
did you
come to
just
an
like
answer?
did you just say I'm just gonna go for it, or did you like rationalize it in your head somehow?
Well, I would say a little bit of both because the thing is that also, and I'll admit this right now, that I also go for therapy. Okay, so one of the things my therapist has said is that you're afraid of taking risks, and I shook my head. I mean, not I nodded, and I was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a scary world out there and everything. So, but when it came down to our conversation when we first met, I was thinking about what he had said and versus whatever was going down at the time, and I was just like, okay, I really got to do this. All right, this is the only way that I'm ever gonna get anywhere.
And here we are.
So yeah,
All
hmm
right, Billy. That was great. Thanks for sharing your insights, what you're going through. I learned a lot myself too. Um, Thanks for hopping on board. Like always, we're gonna have a group call, I think in 30 minutes. But to the audience, we'll see you guys next time. And Happy New Year's, guys. Thanks, Billy, for hopping on.
take care.
Peace.
Be well.